Welcome to our spelling video for this week's spelling words. Make sure that you have your glue stick ready to go. Pencil for writing. Make sure it's sharp so that you can write all of your words. Your zip top bag so that you can put your words in there. Can you see? Right in there. That way you can stick them on the fridge in your room somewhere, but don't lose them. Don't put them under your bed. You can even stick them in the, oh, forget it. All right. You need a pair of scissors to cut out your words because you need to cut out your words when you watch this video, either before or after, or while you're doing it, but not after. After I show you the words, you can do this if you need to, but I want these cut out. You need your spelling book, and of course, you need your spelling words. So let's get started cutting your words out. You notice we got a blank spot up there. So we don't need to have that there. You can keep it if you want, because if you think of another word, that would be just fine. But we're actually going to do something a little different today. We're actually going to, well, not really different. I guess it's the same thing we do every time, as we're going to write the words down. But it looks like we're doing silent consonants and sounded consonants. And I think this is a very interesting word sort today. And we call that, I'm going to rip this off right here. We call that consonant alliteration. Alliteration. All right? So when you write these out, you need to make sure that you are saying, because alliteration is how you say the word. So when we are doing these words, you actually need to say the words, because if you don't say them, you're not going to get them in the right place. All right, so you know I put those, I always put these into 3. I cut each column, and then I cut these straight down this way. All right, cut them into your words, into your chips. Don't eat them, though. And then I want you to spread them all out. Go ahead, take your words, spread them all the way around the outside of your book so that when I say a word, then you will need to pick that word up and put it underneath where we're writing it. That way you've got them all. All right? But you're going to notice something as you're sorting, if you're putting these words out. You're going to notice there are words that look alike. Okay? And so you can put those together if you want, and we will discuss them. All right? Well, we'll discuss part of them. Part of the words you're actually going to have to redo and do yourself. So, all right, oops, I dropped a word. Ooh, can't forget that one. All right, since I've got this blank spot right here, I'm actually just going to cut that off, and I'm going to discard it. Meaning I'm either going to throw it in the garbage, or I'm going to put it in my zip top bag. I have decided to throw it in the garbage, because we're not going to need it this time. All right, so I always take my top, and I'm going to put it up at the top here so that we've got that on the sorted day. So we're doing consonant alliteration. And what are consonants? Consonants are not vowels. They're not vowels. They're consonants. So in the word consonant, anything that is not a vowel, and a vowel is A, E, I, O, U. You may want to write that down. Everything I write, you write. I mean, you write. There we go. A, E, I, O, U. There we go. Consonants, so if I underline my vowels in the word consonant, or even in alteration. Why did I say alliteration earlier? Alteration. An alteration means we're changing it. A-T-O-I-O-N. So all these other ones, the C, the N, the N, the N, the T, N-N-N, L-T-R-N-T-N. Anything that is not a vowel is a consonant in language. So we've got two different things here. We got the silent consonant, we got the sounded consonant. Now, I want it written exactly like this. So you're going to leave two lines, and you're going to go silent. Uh-oh, what am I missing there? Aha, the L. The silent consonant. Consonant. That's an N, not an M. Consonant and the sounded consonant. And then you're going to underline them on each side. Because what we're looking for is we're looking for silent consonants and consonants that sound. So if I want sounds, what am I going to have to do? Yes, I am going to have to say the words. So you can't do this one and look at it and go, I wonder what that word is. I want you to say them. Well, you're going to have to say them anyways. All right, so let's look at a couple different words here. All right, so let's look at the first word I want you to find is design. Design. Now let's look at this word. Design. Is there a silent consonant or a sounded consonant? Is there a silent one in here? There is. It's the G. So let's do design. Right? Got it? Zine. You know what? Let's wait for design for a second, because I want you to look at something else a little bit different. Let's start out with, because design has this word in it, sign. So let's do sign. And that one, because that one has a silent consonant in it also. Design. It's not deziggin or siggin. It's sign. And so, is there another word that looks like sign in here? Do you see it? Oh, there it is. Signature. What is signing? When you sign something, what do you do? What do you do? You sign. You actually are marking. You're marking. So signing means you're marking. So I'm marking something. When I sign something, I am signing my signature. I am marking my signature onto a paper. Signature, signature. I want you to underline the letter, the word or the letter that is silent, and then on this side, the letter that was silent that is now sounded. So if I have sign, then that one's silent. But if I do signature, this one is now sounded. So isn't that interesting that when you sign a letter, it's called signature. I am marking my letter. This is the mark on the paper. So now let's go back. So we've got sign, which is the silent, sig, which is the sounded. So now let's go back to design. So this is interesting. So I've got sign, which means mark. So how would design mark what's going on? I'm actually, when I'm designing something, I'm marking how the house will be laid out and what it's going to look like. So if I'm a designer, I am somebody that marks what's going where and what's doing that. So I'm marking what those things are. So let's look at designate. Desig. There's that g. Design. Silent G. Designate. Underline the G. So I've got design and designate. So when I designate somebody, then I am marking them to perform something or to do something. You're the designated person to speak. That means you are marked to do the speaking. That's kind of cool. Huh. Interesting. Sign means to mark. Let's put that in parentheses. to mark. Interesting. All right, so let's get to another word here. Let's talk about O. Let's get to this one here. Muscle. What is silent in this one? The C. So let's go muscle. The C is silent. But check this one out. Muscular. We don't say that, do we? We say muscular. Muscular. So underline that C right there. Muscular. All right. Muscular, muscle. So can you see how there are silent letters and there are sounded consonants? Let's do one where we kind of go the opposite direction. The opposite direction. So if we look at something like haste. Haste. Now you're saying, well, there's a silent E on the end, Mr. Anderson. And I know that. There is a silent E on the end, but that's not what we're looking for. Because that E is a vowel, not a consonant. So that is a-st. So every letter in there is sounded. Every consonant is sounded. So we go haste. Okay? So let's look for the other word that goes across the hall here or across the page. And it is, do we say hasten? We don't. We say hasten. So that T is silent. So we go hasten. T silent, T sounded. So what you need to do is you need to say the words. Put them in pairs. Go ahead. Like moist and moisten. And then you got to figure out which letter is silent and which one is sounded. And remember, we're looking at consonants, not vowels. Consonants, not vowels. So if you look for a word like haste, then you say, well, that E is silent. That's not a consonant. That's a vowel. All right? So now your job is to get the rest of these done. You got quite a few words here. You need to say them and then write them. Put them together. Put the two words together. Say them and figure out which letter is silent, which is sounded, and I want you to underline the consonant that is silent over here and that is sounded over there. It's going to help you when you spell these words out because the silent one is gone, but if you recognize that they are still sounded out in a different form, that might help you while you're trying to sound or spell these words. All right? All right. So, get these done. Get these done. Isn't that interesting that that is to mark? Huh. All right. Make sure you get your parents to sign or to mark this page when you're done. All right. See ya. Bye.